going to show off the very best watches you can buy for around £100 or less that are completely watch snob proof. Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Now this specific show, well, it should go blooming viral because this is dedicated to your partner, your best friend, your mum, your dad, your auntie, all those looking to buy a watch enthusiast some sort of watch related gift but are too worried to buy a specific watch just in case you have it already or scared you're going to turn your nose up at it.
Anything but a Daniel Wellington.
Now, with the help of Amazon Prime, where you can get the majority of these watches the next day after ordering, I want to help those people win Christmas. Because the 12 watch choices I've got today are phenomenal. They are watches to really be proud of, not only from you getting, but proud of the person that got it for you. Now, if you are watching this show after Christmas, these are still 12 amazing watches that if you have a little bit of Christmas money under the tree, you might want to buy one of these bad boys to celebrate it. The links to all these watches are in the description below, meaning I may get a cut like 0.2%, but you don't pay any extra. Yes! Means I can buy more Casios, doesn't it? But before I launch into this watch assault, let me tell you about today's sponsor, who are Hungry Minds. If you've been with the channel for long enough, you know I don't sponsor many things. Because if I don't believe in it, or love it, or like it, or recommend it, what good is it going to be to you? But this is something different. There are many things in this world I don't understand and feel like I should. So I've always wanted like a reference other than Google to tell me how everything works. Well, let me introduce to you the book. Yes, name that because I don't think you need another one. Ever. This is the ultimate guide to rebuilding the civilization. And it pretty much does exactly what it says on the cover and more. This is a bestseller on Amazon, and if the absolute worst was to happen, this book's gonna save you. Every page is filled with useful information together with absolutely beautiful illustrations to help you understand things you really should understand. And the book starts off with the essential basics like learning to make a fire, how to make water drinkable, what plants that grow around you can actually eat. It is honestly a fascinating read and the perfect gift for someone that thinks they know everything or wants to know everything. Whether it's making your own tea to understanding the basics of a mechanical clock. If you hurry, there is still time to purchase this book with the special discount QR code. And honestly, if you want to own what I think is the best reference book of all time, get it now. Right, the meat and veg part of the show. I've got 12 watches for you and I've got 3 watches from 4 brands and they are absolutely awesome. And we're going to start with Timex. Number 1, well, we need a Timex Expedition because for £41 you get a tried and tested quartz watch that I've never heard letting down anyone. This is the 40mm diameter with this awesome dark foresty green dial. It has that US military feel to it with the 24-hour numerals, and this has a little trick up its sleeve with Timex's Indie Glow. Pushing that crown in illuminates the dial, making it cool in the dark. Comes with a suede strap, mineral glass, 50 meters of water resistance, but I'm sure you could push it a little bit more. This is a banger to get us started with. On to number 2, and it is the Timex Classic. Now, I've handled this watch, I've reviewed it, and I've owned it. And I've got to say, it's blooming clear. Now, I don't know if they are still doing these screens, but Timex Indie Glows just look different in a good way. They have a glow in the daylight no modern Casio can do, and in the nighttime they do look a lot like the electroluminescent backlights Casio are getting away with. It definitely wears bigger than an F91W, and it has that 80s vibe to it. It's a chrome resin case with a decent strap. It has all your essentials for digital watches, your stopwatch and daily alarm. £42, yeah, it may be a little bit too expensive, but maybe Timex are discontinuing these. Thirdly, a watch I haven't personally had in my hands, but definitely something similar. This is the Q1978 TW2W44700, inspired by a watch that came out in the late 70s. This has that fantastic tonneau-shaped case. Beautiful looking green dial. I've gone green again, I know. The finishing looks great. Absolutely love that dial. And for £144, which is quite high for a family gift, but I think this is pretty cool. It is quartz and has an easy access battery hatch, and it being 37mm, it's gonna look refined, you know. The smaller analog watches are, the more refined they look. This looks 70s, but good 70s. What a Timex trilogy, people, huh? Next up, Seiko! Yes, my favorite brand of all time. I don't care what anyone says in the comments or reviewers, Seiko are banging. However, two watches I'm showing you right now were discontinued a long time ago. And I'm quite surprised a dealer on Amazon still has these watches, because they are my favorite budget affordable day dates. The SNX S79 with the dark grey sunburst dial, and the SNX S7 III. Now last year these watches had a reissue. To buy that reissue, they're around £300. On Amazon, these two watches are £150. You get a slightly inferior movement. The 7S26, you can't hack, you can't hand wind, but you never were really supposed to with Seiko 5s. That's why the crowns are recessed in, tucked away, so after you set it, you never have to touch it again. And yes, the bracelets are flimsy, but I think that's cool. These feel fantastic on the wrist, and there's just something about the dial to these older ones that the new ones just haven't replicated. The cool Seiko 5 logo for one. Honestly, if you got that for a watch enthusiast that didn't just have a collection of Jacob & Co's, you'd be their best friend forever. My third Seiko pick is a watch that does remind me of my vintage 1983 7A28 7040. Now Seiko has a great tradition with the British military, providing fantastic pilot's watches. Now, even though they don't make those references anymore, this SSB 379P1 pretty much ticks a lot of boxes. Phenomenal applied markers, great legible dial, awesome handset, 100 meters water resistant, beautiful texturized sub dials, tachymeter scale inside the dial. This is a quartz chronograph. We've got a Hardlex crystal protecting the dial. The crown and pushers are not screw in, but on the whole, chronographs aren't meant to be dived with. Anyway, an okay old bracelet, but if I had this watch, I'd whip it off, quick smart, and stick it on a drab green or a grey NATO strap, just to finish off that awesome military look. Yes, it's rather big, but there are plenty of guys and girls with wrists that can pull this off. And for £149 right now, it's another present that's gonna make someone's day.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Now, on to a brand that has a bit of a secret. Yeah? We're talking about Lorus. They are actually owned by Seiko, and they have been for decades and decades. Now, knowing that knowledge means you can buy a Lorus with full confidence that you're getting a watch made in a Seiko way. Lorus use an in-house automatic movement, which is pretty much exactly the same as the 7S26 in those Seiko day dates I talked about. Anyway, I give you the Lorus Pogue. This is a watch I reviewed a while ago, and is still a pretty decent price at £79. I've nicknamed it the Lorus Pogue because it slightly resembles the old Seiko 6139 automatic chronographs back in the late 60s. It has a very late 60s style case to it, which is awesome. Pepsi tachymeter scale, and quite a matte and subtle gold dial to it. Anyway, love the red seconds hand. The bracelet, it's okay. Again, I'd probably have it on a NATO straight away. It has a mineral glass and is water resistant to 100 meters. Lorus, for me, are the sleeping giants. This first one's a banger. And talking of bangers, take a look at this awesome Lorus field watch. 38mm of pure tactical power. It's quartz with 100 meters of water resistance, and it has this very legible lume dial. Again, have confidence that the machine inside is very reliable with good water resistance, and it's 45 quid. Get on the link now. The final Lorus, well, it's very interesting to me. Again, this is a mechanical automatic watch using Lorus's in-house movement. But what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is quite a cool pilot style watch with a semi-see-through dial. Now this reminded me of the Seiko sonars I reviewed a couple of years ago that were a celebration of a watch that came out in the 60s, essentially with coloured see-through dials. The date wheel here can be seen all around this dial, as well as the mechanics, giving this watch a really cool look. Love the handset, love the indices, love the red tip seconds hand, cool chunky crown, 100 meters water resistant, mineral glass. Unfortunately for me, it's probably out of my wheelhouse in terms of size. It's 43 millimeters in diameter, 22 lug to lug, but I think this is great. I haven't seen this watch before researching this show, and for another automatic mechanical watch from a tried and tested brand for 79 quid, you're welcome. Super! On to the last brand, and yes, how could I not do this without Casio? And how could I not include two of my favourites in this 3-watch selection? Obviously, I want you to go and get the CA53W. In my view, the most iconic and cheapest digital watch icon Casio still make. Worn on the wrist of Martin McFly in Back to the Future 2. This is the old 1989 calculator's watch that has hardly been touched. This is geek chic, or a geek's dream. It's a cool watch whether you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Maybe not the 90s, the keypad is a little bit fiddly. And for 30 quid, what a gift that is. Right, I think this is, probably the 24th time I've recommended this watch, but that's because I think it's one of the best out there. It's the GWM5610U, the best value for money G-Shock on the market. It's solar powered, it has atomic timing, picking up a signal, giving it accurate timing, 200 meters water resistant, and it's a G-Shock, meaning it's gonna take everything. If you've got someone out there you love that likes sport, adrenaline, loves a bit of parkour, this is the watch to get. And again, it doesn't matter what age. And you've got a design there that looks almost the same as the very first one that came out in 1983. Another icon for £100. Right, on to another watch I talk about all the time. The best value for money budget Casio, I feel, is the AE1200. It's a world timer that looks far more complicated than it is. Anyway, this thing has a 10-year battery life, 100 meters water resistant, stopwatch, countdown timer, dual time, alarms, you name it. Chances are your Casio lover has got this watch, but have they got this reference? I'm talking about the AE1200 WHB-1B. This has the dark green, green's quite a theme today, isn't it? Dark green bezel with the khaki green world time and illuminated text on this faux leathery strap. Now, I certainly don't see that watch in the wild hardly ever. And the fact you can get this right now for 35 quid, well, I think you could win Christmas with it. So there we go, 12 watches you could wear for every 12 days of Christmas. But the big question is, which of those 3 watch collections would you want the most? Remember, all the links to these watches are in the description below. Click on there and thank me later. This is the last show of 2025. And I gotta tell you, it's been an absolute blast. See you all in 2026 for more fun-filled watch antics. If you want to go and support the Mad Watch Collector more, we've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, behind the scenes content, blooper reels, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this lovely lot. They're my favourites. But if I've got you here for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, come and have a look at this one. This is good. This is a good one. Go on, you'll love it. Go on, click it. You know you want to. Whatever you had planned can wait. Go on, click on another one. Go on, click it. Click it!